Okay, so we're at 19801 Bladen St Northridge, and we're inspecting a single-story masonry chimney. We're going to do a quick check of that single-story prefab. It's never been used since it's been replaced or added onto the house. The top has to be adjusted for a prefab. This is a brick and masonry chimney from top to bottom. Minor cracks in the crown that need to be sealed. This spark arrestor is not up to code. However, it does keep embers contained and critters out. A chimney cap is now the code requirement. Basically a square one of those for a square chimney. Some of the joints have a little bit minor erosion. That's moisture, water getting through the chimney. Quick look down. This is going to be a terracotta flue. And we're going to put the camera through that and look at that, but you can see some of the spalling from the moisture on that wall there. And that's just for that little shade thing. Do a quick structure test. So no movement of the chimney. It's not a broken chimney. Masonry is all intact. Walk over to the prefab here. They've concreted the top of this chimney where it needs to be a chase cover, and so this concrete has to be removed and replaced with a steel chase. They did use real bricks to come back up around the flue though, and this is an air-cooled chimney, so it vents through here to cool. All things considered, this would be considered satisfactory. Steel chase cover really wouldn't be the most important thing in the world to resurface this ground and just keep that resurfaced. So again, no chance of overheating up here. It's just that this was supposed to have a steel chase cover, and instead they did this. So two options, I'll give them both. One to keep it maintained, watch for any leaks. The other to replace the to put the chase cover on. Okay, so there's that spark arrestor that I showed you at the top. It's not up to code. Code is a chimney cap to keep the moisture from getting into the chimney, inside the chimney. And we saw some of that spalling. I'll show you some of that here. Spalled terracotta liner, so it's basically like your planter in your front yard, and it's lost the smooth surface because of the moisture. The joints, so there was mortar connecting these two pieces. It looks like most of that mortar is eroded out of that liner section, so we'll come down to the next one. That's just a sun shadow. Looking through the mortar, there's mortar back there. Shift in the liner, crack in the liner. Vertical cracks in flue liners are bad because with use they can open up and expand.
Did you have a chance to talk to Jack about the one?
Missing mortar. Yeah. And we're seeing through, so that it's not poured behind. A little bit of the original back in the back there. Small terracotta liner. Okay, next liner section, missing mortar. So those are actually called open mortar joints rather than eroded mortar joints. Okay, so the third liner section down, third liner joint into the fourth. So missing alt mortar. Mortar liner's basically broken. So what happened here, probably earthquake, they bounced on top of each other, crushing the mortar that was between the liners. And still see this is all rough surface, moisture damage, heat damage. Should be smooth, like this side over here. Same problem here. A little bit better, slight shift. So the closer we get to the smoke chamber, the less moisture made it down to the bottom. Okay, so we're at the bottom of the fifth joint. This is the transition into the smoke chamber, terracotta smoke chamber. So all needs to be sealed. Missing more. So this chimney basically needs a reline. The structure's good. Relining is taking a compressor and spraying 3 layers of high temperature ceramic sealant or high temperature concrete throughout the chimney, creating a new internal heat resistant shell. Small voids in the smoke chamber here. Small cracks in the smoke chamber. Chimney's been used heavily over the years. What happens with mortar, with water and heavy creosote is it mixes and creates a slurry that eats away at your mortar. It becomes basically acidic water. The rest I'll show you from the inside of the smoke chamber with the flashlight. Alright, continuing the inspection, 19801 Bladen Street. You can see the gas is hooked up with a flex line and an old burner. We'll run a quick test of that. Layer line crack in the back wall, those aren't major, they just need to be sealed. White efflorescence, that's water, moisture getting down in here, causing some of that mortar to erode. Missing some mortar and some joints there. Lintel area looks pretty decent. There's still a form, wood form. Needs to be cleaned. Lots of voids in that corner there. Got moisture getting in. Okay, old-fashioned gas burner here. It's a real windy day outside, and the wind is coming out of the east, so it's sinking into our houses, into the valley. And so the heat's gonna follow, the outside air is gonna follow this heat. I just want to run this really short. Tell you whether the valve is leaking. Valve's good, no leaking for the valve. That's what happens when we breathe carbon monoxide out. So I'm checking for carbon monoxide. And so nothing's leaking, so that's satisfactory. So I'm going to turn that on. So the gas test is actually okay. So we'd rather have it be not on a flex line like that can get damaged. So there should be a rigid line to the old-fashioned bar.